Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today's video is gonna be a little bit different than any of my other videos because I've never filmed one of these before. Hunty, get some snacks. If you guys like my glasses, they're from the 99-cent store. So yeah, today's video is gonna be a story time about my first Hollywood clubbing experience. And yo, let me just tell you, it was an experience. If you guys do not know, I moved out to LA in October of 2018, so I've been here for 5 months. Oh my god, 5 months. Jeez, wow, I'm an LA queen. I moved out here in October and I'm 21 and I've talked about this in my get to know me tag. I don't really like going out that much. I feel like clubs are clubs are clubs are clubs and like they all have different atmospheres, but at the same time they're all the same. Do you know what I mean? Tucson's a lot different though. Tucson's a lot more low-key. The only people that I see in Tucson clubs when I go are people that I went to high school with. So, in Hollywood, I literally know nobody. Oh, that's not true, and we'll get to that later. This day that this took place, I was not prepared for it, girl, okay? At all. So let's just start you off at the beginning. So since I'm new to LA, I don't have many friends. I moved out here knowing absolutely nobody. Like when I say nobody, I mean literally nobody. Like I don't know a single soul here. Like that's my age when I moved out here. Now, obviously I do because I've made friends and stuff, but one of the most amazing things about technology and social media is there's this thing called Bumble BFF, and if you guys are familiar with this app, it is a dating app, yes, but you can also use it for a friend profile and a business profile. This is not sponsored by them, by the way, I'm just letting you guys know. I started to use that app to try to make friends, to meet up with girls, and I've actually met a couple of really awesome girls on this app. One of the girls that I met on this app was the one that I did have this experience with, and we had set out to get dinner that night, and she lives in Beverly Hills, Hollywood area. We're gonna give her a name because all Storytime videos have alias names. So we're gonna give her a name. Courtney and I had set aside a time and a place to meet in Culver City. I don't live by Culver City, by the way. So it takes me a good amount of time to drive into LA, into Culver City, Beverly Hills, whatever. So we had set out just to have dinner. And like, I'm not thinking, oh, we're gonna go out for drinks or anything. Like, I literally just thought I'm gonna meet this girl, we're gonna have dinner, and then I'm gonna come back home and I can have time to go to the gym and like chill, you know? So before I left my house, I was like home all day working on my computer, typing away, and I just threw on like a hoodie, like a cropped, it was cute. It was a cropped hoodie, but it had a flare like sleeve and it was cropped. So it was like a little, you know, fashionable, but it was still a hoodie. And then I had put on these like lace up pants that were kind of like leggings. And then I put on some like heeled boots. Thank God that I put on heeled boots, you guys, because I would have felt like, oh, so uncomfortable the entire night if I did not put on at least like some heels. So I was not ready to go to a club. I go and drive all the way over, find parking, which by the way, street parking is freaking annoying and you have to parallel park literally everywhere here, girl. So that's really annoying in and of itself. I parked my car, I had to park it a little bit farther away from her apartment because there was no parking anywhere. And I'm walking over and I'm wearing those heeled boots, right? And I'm a klutz. So I'm walking in the dark, by the way, it's nighttime. I'm walking to this girl's apartment. My ankle literally like falls. Like I just like fall literally onto my knees on the concrete sidewalk, like almost on my face. And my ankle rolled and I was like, oh my God. And I like stand up and I like look around and nobody saw me, thank God, because that was so embarrassing. And then I like get up really fast and I just like start running to the apartment because I'm like, I don't want anybody to see me. And like I just fell and like that was really embarrassing. We're just gonna keep moving forward. Anyway, not even relevant, but that happened. So I go to this girl's apartment And I was kind of sketched out because I never met this girl and I'm terrified of meeting people online. That's so scary. So I literally went in like up to the room that she lives in, and like if I knew her, if I had met her in a public place, this would not sketch me out. And honestly, I was like picturing like, okay, if there's a guy that opens the door and it's just a guy, like what am I gonna do? Am I gonna run out? Like how am I gonna leave? What are the closest exits to me? Because I think about these things. Anyway, luckily, thank God, she finally answers the door and it's the girl from the picture, and I'm like, great, awesome. She's not ready though. So I go into her room and I'm like sitting there and we're like getting to know each other, introducing each other. What do you do? Oh, what do you like to do? Oh, where are you from? That type of, you know, thing. So we Uber to Tender Greens. We eat dinner. In this moment, I didn't really know this girl, trying to like estimate if I would vibe with her, if we would be friends, or you know, that type of thing. So we're on dinner. We have a good dinner. I got my happy vegan salad and yo, I was happy. And then she asks me, she's like, okay, so do you want to go get drinks after this? And I was just like, I mean, yeah, like why not? You know what I mean? I thought we were just gonna go home, but like drink sounds fine. And she was like, okay, there's like this little lounge bar that's like right down the street from my house. I was like, okay, yeah, that sounds great. So we Uber to this like lounge area. So we're just like chilling, we're sitting down, and she keeps asking me like, oh, do you want to go to a nightclub? And I'm like, I mean, it's a Monday night, and from me, where I'm from, Sunday through Wednesday are like days that like no one goes out. Like barely anybody goes out on those days. The real days to go out are Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays. So I was like, okay, it's a Monday. There's not gonna be like a poppin' nightclub or anything. Like I don't feel like I'm dressed, but like it's probably not gonna be that poppin' or like that big, right? I'm like, yeah, we can go to a nightclub, because honestly, like I'm real down when it comes to it. Like if I'm around good people, or if I like the people that I'm with and they're like, hey, let's go do this, I'm like, yeah, let's go. You know what I mean? Like I love being down and just having adventures and having fun. And I was like, I don't have anything to do tonight, and yeah, I can go to the gym tomorrow, you know? She told me like she tried to get in with another Bumble BFF girl, but they couldn't get in. She was trying to tell me a little bit about the club before we went, and I kept asking her like, have you been there before? What is it like? She was kind of telling me that it was a little bit exclusive, and like I don't know anything about freaking Hollywood and like their clubs or anything. Like that's like a whole other world to me. Like I'm like, what? I don't even know. So we Uber over to this nightclub called Poppy, and if anybody knows what Poppy is, it is the nightclub to be. Like it is like on Monday nights especially, and it was a Monday night, and I didn't know this. Who knows that? I don't know this. Monday nights are like Poppy nights, you know, like that's where everybody goes to Poppy. Did not know this at the time. There's like a group of people like standing outside trying to get in. There's all these bouncers everywhere. There's all these like promoters like, oh, how many people do you got? Do you got this many people? Oh, I can bring you in. Oh, I can take you here. Oh, I can get you here. And then you have these bouncers like, oh, these people that just walked in, yeah, you guys can come in. These people that have been waiting out here for like, I don't know, 15 minutes can't come in yet. That's just like the vibe of this place, okay? You like select and pick and choose what types of people are coming in and like who's who, you know what I mean? As I'm sitting outside of this nightclub, I'm like freezing. I'm so cold. I'm like, oh my God. And there's like so many people around us, and it's just me and this girl, and like we don't know nobody. We know no promoters, no bouncers. There's no way for us to get in. I was like, we don't have to be here. And she's like, no, I really want to get in, yada, 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 whatever. She's like, we're cute, we can get in, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I just like, I'm like, okay, whatever. All of a sudden, I like look up and I see like in the front of the nightclub, Madison Beer is just right there talking to like one of the security guards. And I was just like, wait, hold on. Madison Beer is here? I mentioned it to Courtney. I was like, Madison Beer is here. And she's like, yeah, like, you know, celebrities go to this club. Like, I don't even know. And I was just like staring at her, and she was like looking in the crowd of people, and we like made eye contact, and I like smiled at her, and she was just like, and like stared at me for a little bit, and then like looked away. Whatever, just we made eye contact. That was the thing. Trying to get in, none of the bouncers would let us in, none of the promoters would let us in. It was just like we had no in. Then all of a sudden, these group of guys come in behind us and start talking to me and this girl, and they start like asking us where we're from, what we're doing, blah blah blah, who we're with. You know, basically they knew somebody on the inside of that club that would help them get in, and then they helped us get in, so then we ended up getting in when they got in. It was great, love it. So we go into this nightclub. There's so many people there. There's so many things going on. The actual area where the club is super small and intimate, so there's like not a lot of room because there's so many people, and it's like a lot to take in. And the guys that helped us get in buy me and my friend a drink. So we're drinking, I'm probably a cranberry Bitch, what the fuck? What the fuck? Cranberry vodka, because that's the easiest thing to remember when you're like overwhelmed and you're like, what drink do I want? Cranberry vodka. That's me. So yeah, moving on. We get our drinks and we're like walking around. Like I said, we don't have a promoter, so usually when you have a promoter, you have to follow them at whatever table that they like are placed at. People that work at that club tell the promoters where to put their girls, and like it's a really weird dynamic. We're just like dancing and drinking. All of a sudden, I see someone come to the front where the DJ table is, and I'm like right by the DJ table, and I see Sweetie is like singing to her song like live, and I'm like, what the hell? Sweetie's here? What? Oh my god. So I start video recording, and I think if I can enter in that footage of Sweetie at this nightclub, I will. And I'm like fangirling, recording, like freaking out because I saw two celebrities in this one place. I was in the same vicinity, and I was dressed like not for this night at all.
Looking icy, charging by the minute cause my time is very pricey. Yeah, I be with a boss beat, from my vibe, you can feel it in my energy.
One of the bouncers from the beginning of the story wouldn't let us in. He was trying to get us in, but he wouldn't let us in. He ended up coming into the nightclub later on, and he's like came up to us and he started asking us if we wanted to go to this after party. And my friend was like, screw you, you didn't let us go in, like what the hell? And he's like, that's just how it is. And she was just like, well, I don't really like that. And I was drunk and I was like, okay, whatever. The club closes, right? So the club is closing and everyone's going outside, and it's like 2 in the morning. These two random drunk, like super drunk girls come out of the club and they're like, oh my god, and they come up to us. No one knows who they are, and they're trying to get people to come to this after party. So they're like, so come to this after party, do you want to come with us? And like one of the girls was like, I have to go, my Uber is here, bye. Girl, oh my god, you were drunk as heck, and you just, these people outside of the club are like, come with us. She's like, okay. Like her friend didn't even come. Her friend legit like dipped into her Uber, and then the girl just stayed with us, and I was just like, you are so lucky, girl, that like we're good people and we're not gonna let anything bad happen to you. But can you imagine like random ass people like just not having good intentions? Like, oh my goodness, this girl's so lucky. And I remember like we had to like walk somewhere. It's kind of a little hazy at this point for me, but we were trying to like walk somewhere and like get to like the Uber, and I just remember one of the guys like whipping out and like on the side of the street, like whipping out some. He was like, hey, you want some? Like his friend was like, yeah, sure. And they like literally just like snort like right in front of me, and I was just like, this is LA. Like, this is what everyone's talking about. Like, I'm not from here. I don't know, like, this culture at all. This is not something that's normal to me. I'm not, no. We end up going to this apartment, and we thought it was gonna be an after party. It was 3 guys, and it was 3 girls. We go all the way out to this guy's apartment, literally just us 6. And us girls went straight to the bathroom, and we're like, yo, we're not feeling this, let's dip. I had another after party that we got like an address to, so I'm like, let's just go to this after party, like this is whack. So we all walk out of the bathroom and we're like, okay, we're actually gonna go home. And they were like, wait, you're not gonna stay? And we're like, no, we're gonna go home, we're kind of tired. So we end up dipping. We got into an Uber, we ordered an Uber, we went all the way to the most expensive, bougiest hotel in Beverly Hills. That's where the after party was. And we go to this hotel, we meet the people that I texted that I met from the club. Keep in mind, it's like 2 or 3 in the morning, and there's a group of people that are standing by the elevator, and all of us are trying to go up to the floor to like get to the party. Well, you can't get into the elevator and make the elevator go up or down if you don't have a key code. The people that were working at this hotel were like, they don't need any more people, you guys all need to go home. Me and my friend were like, we're over this, we're so done with this. Like, I was getting fed up with like feeling like everything was so exclusive, it was too exclusive. Do you know what I mean? It's so annoying that like people are like, whatever, do you know what I mean? We're like, you know what, we're over this, we're dipping. So we end up going outside of the hotel and leaving and going back to her apartment, and then we spent the night, and I woke up with a really nasty hangover the next day, and that is my first Hollywood clubbing experience. Now that I said it out loud, does it sound as crazy as I thought it did? I don't know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed listening. Go ahead and follow all my social medias. They're always linked down below. I hope you guys have a beautiful and wonderful rest of your guys' day.